Hello and welcome to another Looney Tunes review video. If you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe to follow my journey to review all 1000 Looney Tunes shorts and give this video a like as well. So this is a review for Bosko The Speed King, released in 1933. It's the 52nd in the series and it's directed by Hugh Harman. Currently there's no real release of this cartoon, but I found a print of it online, so it looks okay. Definitely better than the one I used last time. Now, this is one of the last few Boskos that is actually still under copyright, so I can't show you the full cartoon here. So essentially what happens is, you got a whole bunch of racers, including Bosko, getting ready for a big race. They end up having a race, and all sorts of wacky things happen, and that's pretty much it. So in this video, you're first going to hear a redo of the audio commentary I did before I had to take it down due to a request by Warner Brothers Legal. Thanks to Blue Genocide for redoing it for me. And then you'll hear some new thoughts. So on your marks, get set, start watching. Look at that, we actually established what's going on straight away. Wow. Usually Bosko cartoons would just take ages to get started. I mean, a few of them even take 2/3 before you would even get to a story. But here, we establish it pretty quickly that, yep, he's going to be in a race. Yep, there's a bad guy racer there. And that's pretty much it. I thought that this was pretty not clever, but just, I don't know, I liked it. How they would tune the car based on the sound of the piano, and the car would make the sound of Yankee Doodle. I do like how they do the lower shot like this. I mean, it's nice to see that they were adding all these extra shots to give it a good feel, but yeah, we got to have the bad guy cheat, you know. We can never have the bad guy win without cheating, right? Now you see the other racers, how they're dealing with their busted tires, which is pretty clever. Like with the crutches there, and what are they, sausages? That wheel, wheelbarrow. But yeah, as far as Boskos go, yeah, it's you could do worse than this. And this part's just plain weird. You know, obviously he's got busted tire. You see this cat that's just there, and you know, he looks at the cat and just uses him as a jack. But so, would you look at a cat and think, you know what, that cat would make a good jack? So those were some of my original thoughts in the original commentary. Now, revisiting this one, I definitely noticed that this short is one of the better ones story-wise. Because in this one, you establish a setting right away, you have the journey of the protagonist, which is of course Bosko, the underdog here, winning the race. You have the conflict with the bad guy, who is the favourite of this race, and hey, there's even a resolution at the end. So this one's definitely one of the stronger ones.
Looks swell, eh?
You know, for some reason, I just love the voice of this character, which is clearly a knockoff Peg Leg Pete from the Mickey shorts. In fact, this reminds me of a Mickey short of around this time, and since Disney were king, it wouldn't surprise me if the animators and directors of this particular short, or the Bosko shorts in general, were watching the Mickey shorts and just getting some ideas on how to tell a story. Because, as I mentioned just a moment ago, they are starting to tell complete and better stories.
On your mark. That's set.
A precursor to Porky, perhaps? No, not really. The harmonizing studio were different from the studio that Leon Schlesinger would end up creating later on. But hey, what a coincidence, right? Easily the best bit of this short is towards the very end, where you can see that Bosko's trying to get in front to beat the previous champ, but then out of nowhere, his car just it's the other car. I mean, it's definitely more entertaining than a lot of the Pixar Cars stuff that ended up happening, but wow, what a weird way to win the race. Now, what's interesting about this short and a few of the recent Bosko and Merry Melody shorts is that there isn't much, if any, reused animation, which is really odd, because Harmonizing were of course notorious for reusing animation to save on money, but here, I am hard pressed to really find anything. Some have said that some crowd shots have been reused from earlier on, but I honestly don't see it. If I am wrong, definitely let me know. Even the personality animation is getting a lot better in these shorts. I mean, take a look at Bosko and Honey in this particular shot, where she's obviously not happy with this bad guy, and look, it's not going to match what Disney were doing at the time, but if you compare this to the earlier Boskos, there was a definite improvement. And this time around, I definitely cracked up more at this joke, the freewheeling one. Ha ha, right? So as far as a rating goes, this one gets a solid 7 out of 10 for me. This is definitely one of the better Boskos, and definitely one of the underrated gems of all the Boskos. If you're able to track it down, Dailymotion, definitely give it a watch. But that'll do it for this one. So until next time, take care.